3 points and a Morley's is what the title of the video is going to be called, I've decided. Because that's what's taken place this afternoon on a absolutely stunning afternoon, by the way, people in South London. Trip down South London brings Liverpool and Arne Slot another 3 points and enables me to go home with a Morley's and 3 points. People, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for watching this. If you're watching this, you're not watching it live, you're watching it on the playback. Like, subscribe, all of that good stuff that you already know. And I'm going to try to give you a few minutes of my analysis on Crystal Palace 0, Liverpool 1. What turned out to be a stressful last half hour. It shouldn't have been, really. Liverpool should have been out of sight. We lost our goalkeeper in that last 20 minutes as well. So yeah, a bit of a helter-skelter ending when it shouldn't have been. Let's take it back to the start. Team selection, a couple of surprises. Luis Diaz, the man in form, probably the best attacker in Liverpool this season, for Liverpool this season, was rotated with Gakpo, who no one can argue deserved a place. But obviously Luis Diaz has been brilliant. So they've been sharing games. Gakpo's been doing a couple of cup games. Comes in for his first Premier League start, I believe. Thought it was fantastic. Putting a shift, direct, strong, running power, tracking back, discipline. It's amazing what a bit of competition does, and the mere fact that them two are fighting for a place, listen, it only benefits Liverpool Football Club. The other change was Tsimikas, the surprise one. Tsimikas coming in for Robertson. Many people thought Tsimikas should have started the Champions League game, and then Robertson would have been cert to play the Premier League game. But listen, Slot does what he wants, basically. And a few eyebrows were raised, including mine. I thought Tsimikas up against Ismail Assar, who was starting for Crystal Palace. Yeah, on paper he looked a bit dangerous. Credit to Tsimikas, he was superb. Our Greek Scouser, it's like he's been a regular, fitted in really well, and of course with a crucial assist for our opening goal. Plays a sublime through ball, very similar to the ball Robertson played for Gakpo. Do you remember again the 7-0 drubbing of Man United, and Gakpo cut in and struck a beautiful shot in the corner? Well, this time Gakpo played a beautifully placed cutback into the danger zone. And there was the prowler, the slotter himself, Diogo Jota, whose movement, as I said, his footballing IQ is second to none. Gets a toe to it, 1-0 Liverpool. I thought it was our best performance in that first half. The best 45 of the season so far. Totally controlled, smooth operators everywhere. None smoother than the three in midfield, guys. Curtis Jones comes in for Szoboszlai. I don't know if that was to enable more control to be given, but that's exactly what it turned out to do. There was total control, and it was all about the three in midfield. I mean, different gravy is different gravy right now, just performance after performance. But I thought McAllister was superb. I thought Curtis Jones was superb. All three in total sync, in total on the same wavelength. Smooth ball transitions, triangles, just didn't let Palace touch the ball. Normally when we come to Palace, we have to weather an initial storm and then we get to start playing. This time we dominate from the start. You know, we should have scored another. Mohamed Salah missed a chance, Jota missed a chance. But yeah, I mean, you had a feeling the more it stayed at 1-0, the more Palace would be encouraged, because that's the way some teams play, right? Especially the lower level teams. They tried to stay in it with 20 minutes to go, and that was the plan. It was very apparent from Palace. 20 minutes to go, their plan was to stay in the game, and they were in the game. But that 45 minutes will be brushed under the carpet because of the last 20 minutes, but it shouldn't be. It gave a glimpse into what Slot wants Liverpool to do on and off the ball. Off the ball, I don't remember one transition where we were outnumbered off the ball. And on the ball, we were creating overloads everywhere on the pitch. Not only in the flanks, but in the middle of the pitch. Creating triangles and overloads on the flanks. Crystal Palace didn't have a clue. how to handle us, what to do with us. It was toying with them at times, but we should have scored that second goal. We didn't score that second goal. And just before half-time, Alisson pulls off a brilliant save from Ismail Assar. Just a little warning what could potentially happen. Going to second half, McAllister gets subbed off at half-time. Now, we don't know yet. I've just got back in the car, so I don't know whether it was an injury or what the commentators are saying, or whether it's the yellow card. I mentioned the yellow card, and then obviously my brain triggers the referee. The referee triggers my brain, I should say. See what happens when your brain's triggered. You say sentences the wrong way around. Yeah, it's that infamous referee that sort of disallowed the Luis Diaz goal at Spurs and sent off 2 of our players. I don't know how much I can swear in a video this early, whatever. I just want to swear. Oopsie daisy, I beg your pardon. I just want to swear right now at this referee who's awful. 11 fouls he gave in that first half to 0. 11 fouls to 0, people, in the home side's favour. 2 innocuous yellow cards. Just heaping pressure on himself by being an absolute prick. Just being a prick. But listen, enough of the referee. Enough good things to talk about. Second half was a bit of a different story. They went far more direct. Far more direct. They cut out. They realised our press is too good in the midfield. And it was very apparent that the instructions were to play over the top far more. And they had a bit of success here and there. But to me, it was a massive indication in terms of how important, how crucial Alexis McAllister is to this team and the way Slot wants to play. He is our controller. Of course, Ryan Gravenberch has been immaculate, beautiful to watch. But Alexis McAllister is our controller. And it was very apparent without Alexis. And don't get me wrong, Szoboszlai played much better. He's getting better and better and better. And some of his tracking back was insane. There was one where he outpaced, I can't remember who the fella was on the left wing. It might have been Eze. Eze just gave up, thought, yo, this guy is a machine, and just gave up the chase when it was a 50-50. Possibly even a 55-45 at the start in Eze's favour. So Szoboszlai didn't do anything bad, but he's a different type of player. Szoboszlai is not a controller. Szoboszlai is not a tempo setter. McAllister is all of that and more. And we missed him. And it showed. Palace grew into the game. They were always going to have a bit of pressure. You know, it's part and parcel of Premier League football. To be under the cosh for a little while, for a few minutes in the game. I thought ours was a bit too prolonged. It didn't help with Alisson, obviously. What seemed like a hamstring injury, and a pretty bad one at that, coming off. And remember, we didn't have Keller on the bench. But a very able Jaros comes on. My heart was in my mouth when he came out for the ball and semi-slipped. Don't know if you guys saw that. I'm going to watch it back on the replay. My heart was in my mouth. And I thought, oh no, this, no, no. Thankfully, he regained his composure and balance, cleared the ball away. Palace didn't really have any clear-cut chances after that. Just a few hustle and bustles in the box, long throw-ins, corners. And we rode our luck, maybe at times. And then obviously on the other side, we missed chances again to really finish the game. Luis Diaz comes on and I thought does very well. But I thought, Virgil was immaculate again. Virgil and Konate were just absolutely immaculate. Virgil at one stage was toying with them. Honestly, it was men against boys out there. As I've said before in previous videos, the Virgil aura is back. The Virgil aura is actually back. He was superb. But listen, at the end of it, that's another 3 points. That's 9 wins out of 10, I believe, this season in all competitions. 4 goals conceded, maybe 5. 4 goals conceded in all competitions. A couple of clangers in there. No teams actually played through us as such. Palace did put on a bit of a show. I thought it was their strongest lineup at the start anyway, this season. And he's under pressure. But our guy's not under pressure whatsoever. The pressure may build from within in terms of if we get results against Chelsea and Arsenal, then maybe we can start believing we're in a title race. I don't personally believe we are right now. Okay, factually and statistically we are, because we're top of the table. But in terms of the fixture difficulties compared to others, for me it's a bit too early. But nevertheless, amazing, great start to this Slot era. As I said before as well, people looking down for the downfall of Slot and Liverpool after Klopp. We're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. And that was my biggest hope, that we don't fall off. We're not falling off. We're not going anywhere. We are actually going for a little break now because it's international break. Hopefully a few players, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, pull out with injuries. And we rest up well, because shit's about to get real now. After the international break, it's big boys football. Don't get me wrong. It's been big boys football so far, but I'm talking big boys football every 3 days. Games of jeopardy. We're ready for it. We're here for it. Let's bring it on. And I'll see you after the next match for a instant Grizzly post-match reaction from my cup. Speak soon.